YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video, man. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a while. I'm excited to get back into this. I want to upload some more. 2K25 is about to come out. Madden is out right now. I've been playing that, and you know I haven't stopped playing 2K. But yeah, it's about to be lit. I'm going to be uploading some content a lot more. I'm going to be streaming a lot more, doing a lot of things. So I'm excited. So y'all, welcome back once again. Today, we're going to be going through one of the most important things of 2K25. And that is going to be making your build, man. I know a lot of y'all be making your build and you be fucking it up. And I'm here to help you out. No worries. AJ is coming to the rescue. I promise you. We're going to go over how to make the perfect build for you. How to not waste your money. And how to be a GOAT on this game, honestly. And that's just, we're going to do a lot of that. We're going to be nasty. I'm going to make sure y'all are good. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn them post notices on so you don't ever miss when I upload, because it's going to be a lot. I promise you, it's going to be a lot. But that's all for right now. Let's get right into it. We're going to be using the 2K24 builder to kind of, you know, go through and explain everything that I want to teach you guys and how you can keep from messing up your first build. So let's get into it. So as you guys can see, I have plenty builds on this game. Like, I know this isn't 2K25, but we're going to use 2K24 as our reference point, and I'm going to show you guys how I went about making my first build and the build that lasted me all year long, if I'm being honest. This was my first build right here. I played on this build all year long. As you can see, August 10th, that was just last week, I played on this build. I've been playing on my floor space and slasher more recently, but I played on this build a lot, like a lot. This build thugged it out with me for a long time until I started making different builds. I'm not gonna lie. But up first, I just want to show you guys what I did to make this build. This is my first build, as you can see, created 9.8. And I'm gonna show you guys how I went about it, what I did, and the things that I look for whenever I get into the builder. Because making a build, man, you guys know it's expensive, so it does cost a lot. And you don't want to mess it up and waste that money. You're gonna waste about $100, so you don't want to do that. So we're gonna start out. I'm gonna help you guys out, and we're gonna get busy in the builder today. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this build right here that I made. We're gonna create a new one. We're gonna click yes, and leave the templates alone. Leave the community builds alone. I feel like if you're gonna make a build, make your build how you want to make your build. Don't make what everybody else is making. Don't try to make a build that somebody else has and replicate it, because it might work for them, it might not work for you. So I like to do my own thing and go off of how I like to play. So we're gonna come in here. We got the name. You see your boy right here. Go right-handed. And then usually jersey number, I'm either going with the dos, you know, that number 2, or I'm going with cinco, or I'm going with that, I got that 30 on me, you know. I like to rock that 30, represent the GOAT, Chef. You know, that's my guy. Anybody who knows me knows I rock with Chef. Super duper heavy. That is my guy. So we're gonna go with the number 30. We're gonna click continue. Now here's where things start getting complicated, I'm not gonna lie. So first off, the very first thing you need to do when you come in here is know what you want to do with your build. That's the very most important thing. You need to know, do you want to be a shooter? Do you want to be a slasher? Do you want to be a defender? Do you want to be a rebounder? You know, what are those things? Do you want to be a lockdown? Do you want to be a guard? Do you want to be a center? So every year I like to make either like a big point guard, or I like to make a center. So first and foremost, I need to be able to shoot. That's my number one thing. I don't care about a lot of other things. I'm a 3-point hunter, so I like to shoot and I want to hunt threes. Now, I don't always start off at 6'3". I like to kind of, you know, go back and forth. This year for 2K25, I feel like, and mark my words, I feel like these 6'5s might be OP. They didn't get much love last year or on 2K24, but I think they're going to get a lot of love in 2K25. So what I would do And we're going to make a build how I made my first build this year. I'm going to show you guys how I went about in the 2K24 builder and how you can take the same things I use and the same concepts I use and go to the 2K25 builder and make the perfect build. So first off, like I said, from 2K23, I had a 6.6 build. I went to the 6.9 later in the year because everybody had 6.9s, but I had a 6.6 build, and I just felt like that was going to be the thing for 2K24. So I started off with 6.6. Now, like I said, I wanted to be a shooter. That was very important to me. I wanted to be a shooter, be able to shoot the ball at a very high rate. I rocked the 30 on my jersey. So I want to at least be able to get like gold limitless, maybe silver or Hall of Fame if I can get it. So we're going to go here. We're going to come in here. We know all your badges are right over here. You're going to be looking at your badges as you're moving around. I kind of like to go off of like, what would a good 3-point rating be for me? So you can either go off of that, or you can do what I do, and I like to go put a higher 3-point rating. That way, whenever I put my 3-pointer up, it doesn't use as much points, which a lot of people don't know. And I'm gonna get into that, and I'll show you guys here in a second. So I was like, maybe I'll have like a 92.3. Let me see what I need to get gold limitless. So I went ahead, filled this up. So as I can see, I still don't have gold limitless. You need a 96.3. So this is where everything comes in. You got to come in here and you're gonna have to look around and see what you need for the main thing you want to do. All right, so I wanted to be a shooter. I wanted gold limitless. I couldn't make that with the 94.3. But at the same time, I was like, all right, maybe we can look at the 6.5, see what that's looking like. And 6.5, you can get the 96.3 ball at 6'7" wingspan. So I went ahead, looked at 6'7" wingspan, and I was like, all right, I can rock with this. We'll give myself the 96. This isn't my first build. This is just how I went about it. So we went in here. Next thing that's very important is, do you want to be fast? Do you want to be strong? Your physicals are pretty important. So that's where the weight comes in. Your wingspan is going to affect a lot of things. You got to be looking at this stuff as you're making it. So you'll come in here. I'm going to go to my weight. I want to be a little fast. I felt like 92 speed was enough, but it might not have been enough. And I don't know. Something was telling me like I might not need a 96.3. I'm a really good shooter already. I can adapt to the games. I'm really good at like learning the game pretty quickly. So it was just natural for me to be able to shoot. And that's when I went to the 6.6. I was like, I don't think I'm going to need a 96 3-pointer to shoot effectively on this game. So we're going to go back up to 6'6". We're going to drop it down minimum wingspan to get the 94. And then from here, this is when you start doing your weight. As you can see, I don't have 90 speed anymore. So I was just working around in here, see what I could get. A lot of people like to go minimum weight, minimum wingspan. I don't like to do that. I feel like when you have a little bit of weight on your characters, it helps you with defense and it helps you like move people around a little bit more. So the first thing I looked at was, can I keep 86 to 87 acceleration? All right, so we got the 87 right here. I noticed if I went down to 197, I would have 87 still. So we're kind of trying to stay here. What I like to do is go as heavy as I can until that changes. So we go to 198. We're going to click continue. Do you want to be a point guard? Do you want to be a shooting guard? Whatever position you want to be, of course, pick your position, but be thinking about the main thing that you want to do. So I want to make a point guard that can shoot. I want to be able to dribble. I also want to be able to play defense and kind of finish at the basket. I'm not too worried about finishing at the basket because once again, like I said, I'm a 3-point shot hunter. Like I like to hunt for threes when I play. I'm really heavy 3-point shooting when I play. So I'm not looking at getting to the basket unless I really need to. If I'm like playing 2s or 3s and we just need to get a bucket, I'll take a layup or a dunk at the basket if I have it. So we're going to click continue. Like I said, I want to be able to shoot at a very high rate. Now, I knew Klay Thompson had like a 92 three ball, so I was like, all right, if I can shoot with Klay Thompson, which I always go in and shoot around first, that's one thing you guys need to do is go and shoot around with the NBA players before you even come to make your build. Like, play around with players that would play how you want to play. Of course, you're not going to be able to make LeBron. You're not going to be able to make Steph Curry exactly. But you can make builds around what they do. So, like I said, I shot around with Klay Thompson. He had a 92 three-pointer. I knew that was good enough. But the thing was, when I filled this up, I'm looking at my badges and I'm like, Gold Space Creator. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of would like to have Hall of Fame because I like to shoot step back jumpers. They come in clutch. They're really handy. So I went up to 94, which was what I ended up choosing. And just from that, you got to be looking at what you get just from going up to 94. So from going up to 94, I got Space Creator Hall of Fame, Corner Specialist Hall of Fame, and Agent 3 Hall of Fame. So I really want to stick with that. I like this. I could be able to fade if I needed to. I got gold Jedi, gold blinders. I knew that would be more than enough. Gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist. I don't really sit in the corner, but it's nice to have it. We got gold green machine, which you need. Space Creator Hall of Fame, Claymore. Like, we got everything gold in Hall of Fame. That was a big thing to me. So now this is where the next part of your build comes in. I'm cool with having a 94 three-pointer. This is what I want. We still got plenty of points left to upgrade. So the next thing I was worried about was ball handle. Do I want to be able to really be able to dribble or kind of be able to dribble? That's what you got to kind of be looking at. What's your secondary thing? It doesn't have to be necessarily scoring all the time, but it could be a ball handling shooter. So you got to kind of know and come into this with what you want to do. So I knew I wanted to be able to dribble at a high rate and not get ripped all the time. So I went ahead and start upgrading this. And you want to go up, just see what you can get. And if you're going to be dribbling, you're going to want unpluckable. You're going to want ankle breaker. So I saw at 93 you get Hall of Fame ankle breaker. We're going to take that. So we go up, speed with ball. Once again, you want to be pretty quick. So I like to max this out. If you're going to go max ball handle, go max speed with ball with it. A lot of people on this game this year said speed with ball was useless. I disagree wholeheartedly. I utilize speed with ball so much, it's ridiculous. So we got the ball handle and our playmaking out of the way for now. The next thing, like I said, was I wanted to be able to play defense. So before we go to the defense, I want to talk about the physicals because they are pretty important. Do you want to be fast? You always want 99 stamina if you're going to make a guard. Vertical, I'm not worried about right now, but I wanted to have anywhere from 86 or 85 to 87 speed. That was the idea. I ended up going with 85 just because I felt like that was fast enough and it was enough to unlock badges that I needed. And then I put my acceleration at 87. Max it out. Now we got all gold badges. You're definitely going to need this stuff to dribble. So I was like, all right, this is cool. I got everything I need to dribble. You see, we're at 87 out of 99. So now, like I said, I want to be able to play defense. So this is where my build started getting a little tricky. So I knew I could go up on defense, but I didn't know how high. And you kind of just want to mess around a little bit, see what you think you would need. I felt like I needed really high perimeter because on 2K23, defense was terrible. So I felt like if I had high perimeter defense on this game, I wouldn't have anything to worry about. So I went up and I ended up taking 93 perimeter because you get all these gold badges and you get Hall of Fame badges. So that was a big thing for me. Is like, if I'm going to make a build, I want to have gold and Hall of Fame badges. That's really important to me. So I saw I didn't have clamps. You got to be checking out your badges. Make sure you're checking out your badges, looking at the things you don't have, the things that you need. If you wanted clamps at all, you had to have at least 45 strength. So the first thing I did before I edited anything else is I gave myself 45 strength. What do I need for silver? All right, give me 50. What do I need for gold? 55. Give me 55. So I went there. Another thing you kind of want to look at is not wasting points in places. So sometimes what'll happen is as you upgrade something, it'll upgrade something else with it. An example is speed upgrades your vertical. So anytime you put your speed up, it's going to put your vertical up with it. So just keep that in mind. Always look at that, because at the end, what I like to do is go back through and edit out the whole build and see if I have any leftover points because I upgraded something by accident. So after I got the 93 perimeter, these were the badges that I wanted. I was like, all right, this is perfect. I'm gonna be able to lock down. I'm gonna be able to ball handle. I'm gonna be able to shoot. Like, I'm gonna be a demon pretty much. I knew for a fact I was going to need interior. People like to deny interior, but if you put interior on your build and you give yourself hands up defense when you're playing in the paint, I promise you it will make them miss all the time. Now, it could change in 2K25, but majority of the time you're going to make them miss on this game. Like, I literally run around with 75 interior, 80 interior, and I'm making people like bigs when I play the 1v1s, which is all I play. I'm making like 6'10s miss all the time. So I knew I wanted to go up here. I knew I couldn't get anchor because you need to be 6'7 or taller. So you, like I said, at the same time, you got to be going through and looking at everything you have here. So you couldn't get anchor, but I wanted to have enough interior to where I felt like I was a liable, defensive person. Like, I could go and get a stop if I needed to, if I got switched onto a big. So on this build, I ended up going 80, which I felt like was more than enough. This was perfect for me. I was like, 80 is going to be wonderful. I'll be able to get a lot of stops. I'm still a 96. So keep that in mind. I'm still a 96. So now when you got these extra points, this is where you start thinking about what else do I want to do? So a big thing for me was that, like I said, I did not care about finishing. I felt like as long as I had some layup, I would be able to blow by people and get to the rack. Be thinking about how you can score and how effectively you can score with what you want to do, because it really helps you out in the long run. So the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to get chase down. Like, for sure, I wanted to get chase down, whether it was bronze, gold, silver, whatever it was. I wanted to see if I could get chase down. So here it says you needed 68 block and 60 vertical. So the first thing I did was put this up to 68 if I could. And as you can see, we can get it to 68. So of course, the next thing we did was put up our vertical. Now we got chase down. This is such a big thing because once you start getting into the later parts of your build, it's kind of just like getting badges, because badges are always important. So you kind of want to upgrade stuff so that you can get badges. That's what I like to do. I feel like that's the best way to go about it. Be looking into this builder, seeing what you can and can't do, paying attention to what's going on every time you're moving attributes around, just making sure that you're staying on top of it, because once again, you're trying to save your money and not waste it on $100 build, because that's probably what you're going to be paying. So we got chase down. Now I felt like this was perfect. I don't like to press square, so I didn't need steal. It's like, I'll just get my stops on defense. That's why I gave myself this high perimeter, why I gave myself chase down, and why I gave myself interior defense. This was the whole purpose behind it. So now it was, what can I do? Could I put up my driving layup, and how much can I put up my driving layup? I put my driving layup up to 80, so I would get Hall of Fame Pro Touch. That was all I was worried about, was can I get Hall of Fame Pro Touch? And you still get gold badges with it. You get silvers. Like, you get a lot of good badges with 80. So I was like, all right, 80 is fine for me. I didn't care to dunk because, once again, I'm 3-point shot hunting. I didn't want to do dunk because you got to look at what's going on with your build, because the main things, drive and dunk, ball handle, 3-point shooting, mid-range shot, ball handle, which I think I said already, speed with ball, perimeter defense, steal, those things are going to cost a lot of your overall. So you kind of just got to think about that as you're making it. Like, the main attributes are going to cost a lot. And I knew if I wanted to put dunk on this build, it was going to cost a lot. So I didn't want to mess up anything. I was like, I could take this 80. I didn't even bother trying to make drive and dunk, but go through and try to see what you can make. before you just make your build. Like, just mess around in the builder. That's a big thing, honestly, that people don't do, is they don't spend enough time in the builder. The game is not going anywhere. I get you want to play with your friends, but if you can just spend your time in this builder, you will save yourself money. You will learn this builder, and it will only help you out in the long run. Like, I literally had my guard build all year long because it was the perfect build, and I wouldn't have traded that build for nothing. I literally just have more builds because I wanted to make more builds. That was the only reason why. So once again, didn't want drive and dunk. We got everything I needed. I feel like 80 was more than enough layup for me to be able to get lays off, especially if I'm just blowing by people. So now it was, what else can I put up? So I knew I was playing point guard. I knew I was going to be the guard on my team. The next thing I wanted to put up was my pass accuracy. So as you see, stuff starts going dark as you're going up. And I was like, man, 70 might be enough. It's like 70, I feel like it's perfectly fine. I might take this. You don't have any points left once you start seeing stuff gray out. So just keep that in mind. If you start seeing it gray out, you don't have many points left. And it also tells you up here at the remaining points or remaining attribute potential and your potential overall where you're at. So just keep an eye on that as you're making your build. So from here, I don't have much else I can do. I can put one up on defensive rebound. I can put one up on strength. What I like to do is I like to get my free throw as high as possible. So we put our free throw up to 76. And this is how I made the perfect build for me. This was it right here. I went through the builder. I took my time. Literally day one, I spent all day trying to make my build. I didn't bother going to the park or nothing. I just took my sweet time making this build. This is what I came up with. And we're going to click continue. And you'll see your shades. And I got Drew Holiday, CJ McCollum, Kirk Heinrich. I didn't really care about the shades. Like, it would have been cool to get like Steph Curry, but I felt like this was the perfect build for me, so I wanted to take it. So lastly, after you make your build, the very, very first thing you need to do is go check out your animations. See what animations you can and can't get. If there's any animations you like from the previous game, can you get them? Can you not? See what you can do. That's what I like to do. Then if I can't get stuff, I'll go back and edit for the things that I do want. So that is how you make a build without messing up. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoy helping you guys. I got plenty more coming for you. We're going to have the best guard builds that you can start out making, the best forwards, the best bigs. We're going to make a lot of stuff. We're going to make some lockdowns, and I'm going to be helping you guys out and giving you guys some insight on what you can be looking forward to when the game comes out and how you can help yourself out so that way you have different ideas of builds that you can make when the game comes out. I appreciate you all once again. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.